moving through quickly, which is good. We're going to see this start to taper down for you folks in Rabun and Habersham counties, but for the most part, the snow is moving out of here rather quickly and changing to some rain in some locations of Anderson County. Lounsville, Abbeville, even mixed in with some snow and rain mix. And for Greenville and Spartanburg, we're seeing the snow come down heavy, but we're also starting to see it slack up a bit. So it looks like the heaviest snow rates are starting to come down a bit, and the dry line is moving into Habersham County. In fact, western Habersham County are drying out, and that's going to continue to progress toward the west. As live Super Doppler 4 HD, boy, I tell you, we've been working that thing hard this week, I can tell you. Toccoa, 117, the back edge of that moving through. Clemson, 145. Greenville by 221. And then Spartanburg, generally between 2 and 3 o'clock, the snow will begin to shut down, and we'll see some flurries or some light rain showers through the afternoon. But for the most part, the heaviest snow rates will start to come down across the area. Let's go live outside right now to some of our live sky cams and our cameras across the area, taking a poll of what's happening. You can see in downtown Greenville, the snow coming down, not as heavy as we have seen. Kids out there still enjoying it, and you can see Main Street, it's a speed limit drive. Folks are taking it easy, which is what we like to see. The mulch, the shrubs, the trees covered with about a half an inch to an inch of snow. Let's take a look at our Hilton Greenville sky cam. This gives us an idea of the Haywood Mall area near Haywood Road and 385. It looks like a speed limit drive in and out of Greenville right now. The roads are wet, so please be careful, and some of those secondary back roads could have some issues. One of the hardest hit areas of Coney County. Here's a live drive from Walhalla. Now, Oconee County under a winter weather advisory until 7 o'clock today. There are some slick spots out there, but you can see the main roads looking okay. Our photographers driving very carefully, giving you an idea of what you can see out there and what you can see here across Walhalla. The trees are covered. It's a wintry wonderland, the grass covered, but temperatures just above freezing or near freezing, allowing for the grass to be the main issue and the sidewalks and the concrete and your roadways looking fine. But some isolated slick spots certainly possible. We want you to be careful driving in and around Oconee County, as much as 2 inches has fallen on grassy surfaces. But you remember just a few days ago, we were close to 70 degrees, so the ground temperature sitting in the upper 30s. So a lot of that melting as it hits the warmer pavement. Let's take a live look outside right now from around Greenville, as we're still seeing the snow come down at a pretty good pace, and live Super Doppler 4 HD showing that a lot of that snow coming through quickly across the area. Here's our Hilton Greenville sky cam. You can see the snow coming down, not as heavy as we've seen, and live Super Doppler 4 HD showing the back edge of that moving through fairly quickly. And that's what we're going to see as we go into the afternoon hours between now and say 3 o'clock. This start to come to an end across the area, and for the most part, this has been an enjoyable snow, a fun event. But we do have some concerns across Greenville, Anderson, Pickens, and Oconee County that there could be some slick spots. But Asheville and Hendersonville, you are not under any advisories. Let's go back to live Super Doppler 4 HD right now, and you can see what we're talking about across the area. Habersham County, Clarksville starting to clear out a little bit, and this is going to continue to progress toward the east right here. Meteorologist Cedric Haynes joins me now. And Cedric, we've seen some very high snow totals back here toward northeast Georgia, in and around Greenville, Spartanburg. No advisories for Spartanburg, Asheville, or Hendersonville, but it is snowing.
It is snowing. It is snowing in most of the area, in fact, all the way down towards Greenwood. So, yeah, we're seeing the wet snow taking place. Now, temperatures started out into the mid to upper 30s as that moisture started to move into the area, but as it did so, basically those snowflakes that started falling from the clouds, the column of air up in the top, basically brought down that cold air all the way to us to the surface, so that actually dropped those temperatures. And so that's what's allowing for the snow to continue even as we get into the lunchtime and early afternoon hours. Temperatures are actually colder than where we started off with when the precipitation was moving in. So we're seeing what we call evaporational cooling. So as the moisture gets heavier, it falls through that column of air, brings down that cold air all the way to the surface, and that gives us that chance of snow. Now, if you notice, the temperatures again where it is snowing to beat the bands has definitely come down now, and we have those temperatures down near freezing, even in Greenville and Spartanburg now at 32 degrees. We've got 32 in Pickens, 31 in Clemson, but notice we're starting to see that snow lighten up a little bit. Hartwell now up to 33, 33 in Anderson as well. So again, once the snow stops, we'll see these temperatures slowly rising. So that's why I'm not expecting any major travel problems later on today, but for now, we could have a few slick spots showing up there as some of the, even with the snow melting on the main pavement, basically that water has a chance of turning into some patchy ice and and that's something that we'll be keeping a very close eye on here. But as we take a look at what's going on around the area, again, for our friends over in Spartanburg, we've got that snow coming down. Visibility pretty reduced right now as we look towards that area there, and we'll continue to see that. I'm looking at a camera off-site here in Pickens County where we're seeing that snow coming down as well across parts of the area. This is here in Greenville here in downtown, and again, you can see the snow continues to make its way on down through the area there. So definitely a snowy scene. Let's get you back over to radar, and I'll start off with the wide view and show you kind of this quick moving disturbance moving through. It doesn't have time to pick up a lot of moisture, so what we're seeing is just a quick dump of snow here moving through the area, lasting for about 3 hours on average across the area, and then pushing on out of here. So that's going to help to limit those snow totals, so we're not going to see anything like what they're seeing just to our west in North Georgia, East Tennessee, over towards Chattanooga, down towards Dalton, Georgia, and over towards the north side of Atlanta around Buford. Yeah, those areas are seeing 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. For us, this is moving a little faster through our area, so we're going to see less in the way of those totals, but still a definite picture postcard kind of scene across the area with that snow covering pretty much everything out there as it continues to make its way on through the area here. And again, the weather pattern here, this system is a quick moving system that snuck in between the very warm temperatures we had on Thursday with the severe weather, the tornadoes and the flooding, and now bringing some of those same areas that saw tornadoes and flooding snow today. So it's very impressive. Just shows you how amazing weather can be at times and the science of that as it continues to work its way through. But of course, right now we do have that snow still covering the map all across the area. Chris?
That's right, Cedric. One of those you can mainly enjoy across the area. We do want you to exercise some caution. By this evening, this is going to be gone for many of us. The temperatures will warm, and I say warm relatively, up to 39 to 40 degrees, but the roads will not be impacted. Temperatures do cool down tonight, so a possible refreeze by tomorrow morning. I know many churches will be taking stock of that, but we do begin to dry things back out, say by 3 o'clock, and that gives us many hours to stay dry and to get those roadways drier by the time temperatures get back down into the 20s tonight. Live Super Doppler 4 HD showing that we have drying conditions. Almost all of Habersham County clear of some snow, which is good news. You've seen over 5 inches in some locations. You are under a winter storm warning, which means conditions are very hazardous for driving. You're in alert mode in that area. The rest of us in the impact mode. You see the yellow icon, one of those where you need to exercise caution, but it's not going to shut things down. That includes Oconee County, Pickens County, and Anderson County, and Greenville County. This area right in here, an area that has seen some snow, yes. The roadways look fine for the most part, but you'll find some slick spots on some secondary roads, so please be careful in those areas. Asheville and Hendersonville, you're not under any kind of advisory alerts right now, but you are seeing the snow flying around. It is beautiful outside. Let's take another live shot outside from our Peace Center Skycam. The snow is still coming down. It's covering the elevated surfaces, but looking at Main Street, I still see wet pavement, wet asphalt there. We're still going to see some snow continue through about the 2 o'clock hour in Greenville. But for the most part, this is going to start to taper down as we get closer and closer to the mid-afternoon hours. And, of course, the big monster jam going on downtown Greenville tonight. If you're taking your kids down there, things will be fine by then. Temperatures in the upper 30s, and the grass, the trees, everything else on the elevated surfaces certainly showing some accumulation, but the roads look okay for now. But a winter weather advisory goes until 7 o'clock, which means those slick spots could show up. And what you might see later on today is that winter weather advisory get expanded into the overnight hours. Here's a look at the Hilton Greenville Skycam, looking at Haywood Road, and at the bottom side of your screen, you're seeing 385. It's a speed limit drive. Just checked our traffic system, and everybody in a speed limit drive right now in and out of Greenville on the main thoroughfares. So the back roads, the secondary roads, some of the areas that you'll see some slick spots, but some light to moderate snow right now in downtown Greenville up toward the Woodruff Road area. And back to live Super Doppler 4 HD, the back side of this storm moving through quickly. And as it does, the back end is starting to slack up. It's not as heavy in some locations. So as we look at live Super Doppler 4 HD, we're starting to see that slack up in parts of northeast Georgia, which is good. You've had over 5 inches in some locations, and that's only going to continue to get heavier before it starts to die down. As much as 3 to 5 inches in Rabun and Habersham County, the highest total we saw near Clayton, near 8 inches. We've got near ½ an inch to an inch in some locations of the upstate, from Oconee to Pickens to Anderson and Greenville counties. Still seeing the snow in some locations, but the heaviest snow appears to be shifting towards you folks in Spartanburg, Cherokee, Cherokee County, Lawrence County, Union County. You're seeing some of the heavier snow as it pushes off toward the Charlotte, Columbia area as we continue to watch this winter storm push through our area. And right now, for I'd say 80% of us, it's one of those snows you can enjoy without it impacting you and your family too much. You can enjoy it without it shutting down the roadways. But I do have some concerns for Greenville, Anderson, Pickens, Oconee County, and up toward parts of Rabun and Habersham counties. You are under some sort of advisory or warning until 7 o'clock tonight, with Rabun and Habersham counties, Macon and Clay counties in North Carolina being under the winter storm warning, which is a little bit of an escalation there as you have seen more snow. But good news in Franklin, you're starting to clear out from the heavier snow. Same story for Rabun and Habersham County, and the back edge of this now pushing through the area. Greenville, some snow. Spartanburg, some snow. Gaffney down to Union, Lawrence and Greenwood, uptown seeing some snow for the first time, and you're starting to see the ground covered in parts of Greenwood County. Abbeville northbound seeing some snow. We've had as much as a ½ an inch in Elberton northbound. Hartwell through Franklin County into Stevens County seeing some snow. This is pushing quickly out of our area, and by 3 o'clock most of us will be done with the snow across the area as we continue to see it move on through our area. We're going to send it back to programming here, and as we continue the conversation on our WYFF4 mobile app, you can actually ask us questions. Tune into Facebook right now. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on. You can actually ask Cedric and myself some questions as far as what's happening in your neck of the woods, and we would love to hear your report. So if you're not, you have your mobile phone probably nearby. Mine's in my pocket right here. I'll be answering your questions live right now on Facebook. So we'll send it back to programming right now and have another update at the bottom of the hour.
The fact that Scalotto's leg then kicks